security operations in conjunction with the police and all other partners to ensure secure environments for the safety of retailers and the public." End of quote. The Kenya Association of Manufacturers has also condemned the attack, even as it congratulated state agencies for their response in yesterday's development. The statement reads in part, "It is unimaginable that the country will be reliving such senseless horror again. Nonetheless, the courage and solidarity demonstrated by Kenyans in these dark times is a strong testament of strength and resilience." End of quote. On the capital markets front, the Nairobi Securities Exchange opened its trade at 9 a.m. as expected, with little to suggest adverse reaction in light of yesterday's development as at noon today. Stockbrokers contacted by NTV have reported normal trends at the exchange and continue to monitor activity ahead of the market's closure at 3 p.m. Yesterday's attack comes against the backdrop of a rebound in the tourism sector, with international arrivals crossing the 2 million mark for the first time in 2018, attracting 157 billion shillings in earnings. Julian's Amboko, NTV.
That's not all from the business community. The Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry have also responded and given this reaction, saying that the cowards are cowards and they have no place in the modern 21st century dispensation. And in part, their statement reads that we also call upon all peace-loving Kenyans and visitors from all walks of life to pray for the affected families, and to the law enforcement officers, please stay ahead to keep on top of these cowards. The cowards cannot win over the determined people of Kenya, and we urge all of us to stand together during this trying and sad time in our country. But Kenyans remain very resilient.
We certainly do, and we always do at trying times such as this. Well, our security teams continue to man the grounds after yesterday's attack at the Dusit D2 Hotel in Nairobi's Westlands area. Several messages of hope and encouragement have continued to stream in from across the globe.
Kenyans, as well as humanitarian organizations, were, however, appalled by a report from an international media house that reported negatively on the attack.
Well, Kenyans have been urged to remain calm while security still remains tight.
The incident that shook the nation at about 3:30 p.m. saw a wide array of coverage from media houses both locally and internationally, with some key officials taking to their social media pages to stand with the nation of Kenya. Moussa Faki, the chairman of the African Union Commission, has condemned yesterday's attack at the Dusit D2 Hotel while congratulating the swift response of the security teams. He took on his Twitter page and wrote, "Appalled by the news of the attack on innocent people in Nairobi today, the AU stands in solidarity and grieve with the people and the government of Kenya in condemning this cowardly act, which underlines the need to redouble our efforts to combat terrorism on the continent." Former U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Bob Godek, took on his Twitter and wrote, "The United States condemns in the strongest terms the terrible attack at the Dusit D2 Hotel complex in Nairobi. We offer our deepest condolences to all who have been affected by this horrifying violence. We commend the courage of the Kenyan security services actively working to end the attack. The U.S. mission is in close communication with Kenyan authorities and is providing assistance. All mission personnel are safe and we stand ready to assist U.S. citizens in need." Kenyans online, as well as other humanitarian bodies, expressed their disappointment regarding a post by the New York Times after they published images of dead victims involved in the terror attack at the Dusit D2 in Nairobi. The New York Times tweeted back, "We have heard from some readers upset with our publishing a photo showing victims after a brutal attack in Nairobi. We understand how painful this coverage can be, and we try to be very sensitive in how we handle both words and images in these situations. We want to be respectful to the victims and to others affected by the attacks, but we also believe it is important to give our readers a clear picture of the horror of an attack like this. This includes showing pictures that are not sensationalized, but that give a real sense of the situation. We take the same approach wherever in the world something like this happens, balancing the need for sensitivity and respect with our mission of showing the reality of these events." Twitter has suspended the media house's photo account following the backlash on the publication of the gruesome images. Helen Aura, NTV.
Residents in Wajir, which is a home county of some of the victims of the Riverside attack, have sent their condolences to the affected families.
They have cited that they lost at least 2 of their own, Abdallah Sheikh and Faisal Ahmed, in the attack.
They urge Kenyans to remain united and uphold peace.
Na mimi ningehimiza wananchi wetu wa Kenya. Kuna ile kisa ya nyumba 10. Nyumba 10 maana yake ilikuwa ni watu wajuane kama wageni wameingilia mahali fulani. Nafikiri wana Kenya, tafadhali, mambo ya usalama si wa askari peke yake. Usalama ni ushirikiano wa Wakenya wote. Lazima wewe kama ni Mkenya ujue ni nani amekuwa jirani yako, amekuja wakati gani, anafanya kazi gani.
It's a sad day for us all in Kenya, and may I take this opportunity to send my heartfelt condolences to the family of all the victims in that attack. And I also wish to take this opportunity to thank our forces for swiftly taking an action and saving a lot of life.
All right, from Wajir, let's take you to Eldoret now, where NTV's Lois Wangoi spoke to some residents there about the attack.
Indeed, Eldoret town, like the rest of the country, has been following closely the proceedings in Nairobi County, where there was an attack at Dusit D2 Hotel, and we have now had an opportunity to speak to the residents of Eldoret town and get their views and thoughts of the same, granted that many have been sympathizing with the situation in Nairobi.
Mimi ninataka nisimame na Wakenya wenzangu ambao walivamiwa jana, na tunauliza tu kwamba serikali iweze kukua, wasimame kidete na hakikisha kwamba kila mtu ambaye sasa hata ambao wamesalia sasa hivi washughulikiwe kabisa. Na mimi nataka nipongeze mahospitali ambao tumeona wakishughulikia wale ambao waliathiriwa. Hii ni Kenya ambayo tumefurahia sisi wote, na tunataka tusimame. Security inaanzia mimi na kila mtu, na tunataka tuombe Wakenya kwamba ikiwa kutakuwa na kitu ambao unaona ambayo kwa njia moja ama nyingine haifurahishe ama una suspect kwamba kuna terrorist, itakuwa ni mzuri kwamba tupitishe ujumbe kwa haraka na tuendelee kuombea wale Wakenya ambao waliumia jana. Na ninataka niulize serikali ambao ni Ministry of Interior waendelee kufanya kazi yao. Tumepongeza yale ambao Inspector Boynet amekuwa akisema kutujulisha, kutupia information, update information. Tunafurahia kazi ambao wanafanya, na tunauliza kwamba wazidi kufanya kazi kama hiyo na tuzidi kuwasaidia Wakenya wenzetu. Tutashinda mambo ya vita ya terrorist, na tunataka tuendelee kufanya kuombea kila mtu na tusimame kidete na wale. Nashukuru.
Mimi kwangu, mimi nimesikia ubaya zaidi, kwa sababu mtu kama ameufiwa, mtu kama ameumia, ili hata sisi wenyewe tukiwa hapa tutoe damu, tupeleke huko watoto wetu pia wapate hiyo damu yetu kutoka hapa. Tusiwe tu watu wa Nairobi wanatoa damu, hapa pia tutoe damu, tupeleke huko.
Wale ambao wameumia, na toa pole yangu kwa, it's too unfortunate kabisa, na hii ni woga. Hili sio jambo ambalo tunaweza kubabaika nalo. Ni uoga wa wakora ambao wanafikiria wamefaulu, lakini kwetu wachafaulu hata kidogo. Na kwa hivyo wale ambao wamefiwa, pole sana, chitie moyo, na ya kwamba security bado nchi yetu ama serikali yetu iko macho kabisa, na vile tunavyoona sasa sio kama siku zenye zimepita. There's quite a good improvement ya polisi yetu kurespond kwa upesi na kufika na kuhakikisha ya kwamba the situation is on control.
Ningependa kusema pole kwa waliopata shida huko maeneo ya Riverside pale Nairobi. Tunawatakia pole. Na nashukuru serikali yetu kwa kazi ambayo wameweza kufanya kuokoa hao wenye walipata ajali na wale waliopata shida pale. Pia ningepongeza afisa wetu Boynet na pamoja na Matiangi kwa kazi ambayo wameweza kufanya. Kwa maana yake tunajua ni kazi ngumu kuokoa wale ambao wameweza kutekwa nyara, na pia tunawapongeza maaskari wetu kwa kazi ambayo wameweza kufanya pale maeneo ya Riverside kule Nairobi.
Na anarudisha shukrani kwa askari kwa kazi ambayo naona walifanya, na wale tena walikuwa wakishughulika sana kupeleka watu hospitali, nasema ni asante. Na naomba wale ambayo wanasimamia ama wanachunga ulinzi kwa milango wawe very keen, kwa sababu naonekana hao watu wanakujanga kufanya upelelezi na wanachukua muda kukaa pale. Hao watu serikali wawe very keen wakati wanapochunguza, kwa sababu tutaendelea kupoteza watu wetu wengi kwa mambo kama hayo. So naomba serikali wawe very keen, waangalia na wachunge ili watu wetu wasipate madhara kama hayo.
Majority of those we spoke to definitely sparing a moment to pass a message of pole to all those who are involved in that particular attack. For now, back to you in Nairobi.
Lois Wangwe with some of the reactions from the residents in Eldoret, and earlier Nurdin El Moge would definitely be getting more reactions from different bodies as well as a nation as people come to terms with what has happened. It is almost 23 hours since it happened, and going by the word of the Interior Cabinet Secretary, he does say that the active engagement between the assailants and the security operation at the 14 Riverside Drive D2 Hotel, the exchange has come to an end, and they're now getting into phase 2 of the operation, which is criminal investigations. Earlier we spoke to Leila Mohammed, who is at one of the points of interest, which is believed to have hosted those who are behind the attack, at least one of those who was behind the attack, that is in Moshaba, Ruaka, and they will be giving us more details on that. But our continued coverage comes to an end at this point, but we are on standby, as well as the other agencies such as Kenya Red Cross. Just want to repeat this, that they say for those who want to trace their families, because it is another phase now for the family members, you should use 0715-820-219. That is 0715-820-219, or dial 1199 to be able to get some help.
And the blood drive is still ongoing. You can donate blood at the Memorial Park here in Nairobi in the CBD along Moi Avenue. That is being organized by the Ministry of Health and supported by the Kenya Red Cross. You can also donate at Avenue Hospital, MP Shah Hospital and Aga Khan Hospital here in Parklands. Our condolences go out to all families affected by this tragic attack. We will keep updating you with developments as and when they come. But for now, we close this broadcast. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Smriti Vidyarthi.
I'm Masai. Good afternoon.